So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is welcome back to WEDGETAIL Ignition Systems Australia. This is the final of 3 what you get in the packet videos that I'm making at our education bench here, and this is for all of the models made from the 1981 series, which began in the end of 1980 through to the end of production of the motorbike. Now that system very simply contains a wiring harness built into the bike that has actually got the female of that plug built into it. It is already in the timing chest cover area. It has an ignition can which looks a lot different to this. The only real similarity is the fact that we had to make the bottom of the can fit the existing system within the bike. So it has a fully floating offset keyway in it. That goes into the end of the camshaft, and it is adjustable via turning it. It also has an O-ring to seal the oil. The top end of it here, where you can see the cap on it, it's got 4 Allen key screws holding it on, and in there is the circuit that holds the hall trigger. On this unit, the hall trigger points down into the cam, and inside there is a shutter unit that spins through that hall trigger, and that really is all that is in there. There's a shaft, 2 seals and 2 bearings. Actually it might be 1 seal. I think on this one there's only 1 seal in the bottom. Now those 2 bearings and that seal, or seals if there happens to be 2, I can't remember just at the moment, are all available at standard type bearing and seal factors. Anybody that sells that stuff, they are an absolutely universal standard sealed bearing and seal, so that for those of you who do your own work at home, you will be able to maintain that can for many years to come. The only other thing that is in the late model packet is that control unit. It has the brain control lights and everything else, the Made in Australia logo, and it is supplied in single and twin plug variants which show up on here. That is the same for all bikes. There are deluxe versions of this can available, which will give you 2 hall trigger control units in this can with a switch on here that allows you to switch either one, and 2 complete processors in the module which will allow you to switch either of those. Now those particular things are all available as extra cost options, but that system is quite literally plug and play. Now one thing I will suggest, before you take the old ignition can out, mark the old ignition can. It's got the same ears on it as this. Somewhere on the can put a mark with a coloured pen, and the same on the actual timing chest, before you move it or take it out. Then when you take it out, you need to line up the offset keyway. See how the keys aren't in the middle of the slot? They're offset to one way. That is so you can only put it in one way, and the idea of that is that you put it in and you line the marks on the 2 cans up, like so. Mark it off on the centre of this groove or something like that. The centre of this groove here. Sorry, I had the camera in the wrong place. There. So mark that, and then mark the timing case so you can find it easily with the new can. Put it in and line up the marks, and you won't have the timing necessarily perfect, but it will be absolutely close enough to run or ride till you can get a timing light on it if you don't happen to have one. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Ride safely and stay well.